muted. I'm still muted. Hello, everybody. How's it going? Popping open the game. Hello! Hi, Tim Wild, John Doe, now we're Atomic. Mr. Bean. Sorry for the tardiness. This isn't an ad, but I did have some AFK gamer subs last night, and it knocked me completely on my ass. Like, I almost didn't... I almost canceled today. I was like, oh my fucking god, I can't get out of bed. I can't leave bed? Jesus! But no, I dragged myself out. We're good. I don't think it was like super powerful or anything, but I didn't get enough sleep. I didn't sleep for as long as I should have. So it was kind of like, oh god. Oh, it's a lot. Let me just see here. Change this, pop this here. Put up just a little bit. Gamer Zaza too strong. Yeah, if you try waking up before the effects are over, you'll feel even sleepier. Yep. I think, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure like its primary component is magnesium, and Josh also takes magnesium before he goes to bed. Or at least one of the primary ingredients is magnesium. So yeah, definitely make sure you have time to sleep, and you don't wake up before the colorful chemicals tell you need to wake up. Sounds like I AFK by using Code Union at checkout for gamer subs. Yes, you can use Code Union for well, the 21% off is over, so it's 10% off. But if you are in Europe, there's also Gamer Bulk. We don't see anything from that, obviously, but it's a lot easier on shipping if you're in Europe. They do. I liked the flavor I got was the blueberry lemon cake, I think it is. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not unpleasant to drink. The flavor's pretty subtle. It's still a little bit chalky because it's very thick. It's one of those things that you need to drink before it clumps. So you want to take it like half an hour before bed and drink it well, not as fast as you can. I nurse it personally. But you have to drink it pretty fast. You can't just let it sit there. It was pretty good. I don't mind it. It's not something my brain hits the brakes on things to do very easily. And it's not bad enough for me to be like, I don't want to make this sort of thing. It's subtle. It's not bad. Let me just... Nope, that is my Spotify. Make sure I got everything up here. Did I post everything? I think I did. What is this? I can get out of here. I can get out of here. I can get out of here. I can exit out of there. Nope, that was the wrong thing I exited out of. There we go. Does that one, mute this tab, exit out of here, mute this tab. I posted everything. Sweet. I think we are good to go. Okay, cool. I have been so busy this week.
Good morning, my lady. I've prepared you fresh coffee, sandwiches, and this shiny diamond.
Diamonds for breakfast?
Of course, I would never lie to you. This is a piece of cultured work, but look how it sparkles. How elegant, isn't it?
Well, we're starting our day off right. Oh, damn, his old's up. Wait, Flutter Page's trailer is out. Sorry, hang on. Hang on. We're watching Flutter Page's trailer.
Seems to me I've always wanted to fly.
I love her.
You've only practiced how many times now, Flutterpage? Do I got to go higher to take off?
Mind yourself, Liberty. I'm cleaning.
Cock? Sorry.
Birds fly because they got wings. So, where do I get mine? Ah! 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 Huh? Dad?
I told you not to use your arcane skill in public.
But it just happens.
You know you were putting yourself in danger, don't you?
I just got this feeling that I'm supposed to fly.
Baby.
If I could do that, things would be so much easier at work, and I'd get more money. And if we had money, maybe we'd live a better life.
I don't want you to worry over that, love. Let's just go home.
I could get all the things I want, if only I had a pair of wings. The wind is flowing around me, and I know where it's going. I've got it now.
She looks free.
The wind will be my wings.
It's the season of cutie pie follow-up attackers for me. Hi, Guoba.
E1 or S1 video. This time it's
Oh, hang on. What was it? I had to make a watch later too, because my watch later list is full. Alright. Okay. Do. Alright. Perfect. Sweet. Caconia and Mercuria? Dang. That's for banner. Another 4 days. Okay, we got another 4 days before we get to pull a Flutter Page. Shit, I should probably pre-farm for her. I haven't opened this game all week. I've been so fucking busy. Oh, God. You guys want to see what I've been working on? It's nothing important. So in HSR, they replaced, Argenti's voice actor, right? And he does a great job. He does a fine job. But he's not my Argenti, right? So I'm working with a very kind gentleman in France to replace all of his voice lines. I'm working on a mod to replace his voice lines with the old ones. We've had to go through thousands of lines because none of them are marked in the game. They're just coded by hash. So we have to go through each line in the game one by one and figure out which ones were his. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. We're almost done. We've almost gotten there. There's a couple that haven't been replaced yet, but the battle ones are done. That's the important part. That's one of the things I've been doing this week. One of the things I've been doing. Hey, look. We're almost done.
deal.
We just have to remember to turn the mod off when when I play the game on stream, or else I'm gonna get banned. You sure idea you just put on your watch later list? We do that for 4 hours. I could become like a real React streamer. Let's see. I don't even know what's in there. I might be embarrassed. Actually, hang on. Now I'm curious. Hang on. All right. Let's see what's in. Let's see what's in my. What's in my watch later too. Best of Top Gear, deep dive into the impact of 9/11 on pop culture, the greatest speedrunner of all time. Pokemon Y Hardcore Nuzlocke, fighting types only. Oh, I watched this already, The 6 Shapes of God, that's a good video. Every Goomba glitch in Super Mario 64, you don't need a fucking publisher, it's bigger than Diddy. How walking affects your body, why we can't focus. I've actually watched this one as well. Psychology of False Self, more trivia essays, where do Red Dead Redemption 2's rivers come from, one costume shui, one cycle MOC 12 with sustain. Financial advisor answers money questions from Twitter. I still need to work through those. Or you click through your entire YouTube likes, we watch them oldest first. Absolutely not. Dear God. I was an edgelord back then. Might find some funny old Naruto videos, though. Wait, you know what? Let's just...
I don't mean to bother you, but...
Oh, fuck. I didn't finish Limbo. That's what I was supposed to do. Wait, did I finish Limbo? I might have finished Limbo. I don't fucking remember.
Program activated. Would you care to lie down? The light today.
Your loves to JDX, their videos all over the place, and that's why I love them. Absolutely. They're awesome. If I had more time on my hands, I would do their book club. Because they've got like, they do this book club on Patreon, I think.
I need your feedback on our session.
And then they make little zines for from the book club. Like, if you're part of the book club, you read the book and then you make like little graphics, no matter how good or bad at graphic design you are, and make little zines for every book that they read. And I think that's really fucking cute. I don't got the time, but wait, why is it? What's 16 hours? Oh, it's these. Yeah, that's fine. I need to farm anyway. Casting channel ultimate game Moxie +2 for self. Oh, that's a Flutter page buff, baby. Oh yeah, okay, so I did a little bit of this. And I got fucking who did I bump up? Not you. You don't need buffs. Ms. New Babble.
No matter business or bonding, you're always welcome.
I got her Euphoria maxed out. Well, not maxed out. I'm a little bit away from being maxed out. I need to add this to my farming chart because there's a couple of Euphorias I want to grab. So for anybody who doesn't know, with this most recent patch, they've introduced a concept called Euphorias, which buffs older characters. They give them additional stats and additional movesets in some cases, and it brings them up to par with, like, modern units. They've been doing a pretty good job so far, honestly. I'm very, very happy with it. There was this one Reverse 1999 content creator on YouTube, I can't remember their name, but they have a maxed out Ms. New Babble, and they've had one since before Euphorias were ever even announced. Like, because before she got her buffs, she was easily like the worst 5-star in the game. Easily. She just she had a good design, but her kit just wasn't balanced very well. She didn't have good uptime and etc, etc. So she was like shit tier, right? So there's this one content creator who just has her max the fuck out and like did clears and stuff with her. They must be so happy. I can't read this. I can't read that. We're gonna pretend I know what that said. Oh, someone borrowed my units. Okay. Alright.
Take your time, my friend. There is no need to race against the clock.
Had to battle I3 level 3 R10 since 1.2 as well. I've been coping ever since. Welcome to chat, Redshifted. I really like her as well. Like, my only thing is I wish they could re-record her voice lines because the actor's mic quality isn't the best. But I think she's got one of the coolest ults in the game, honestly. So I've had her bumped up. She was the first one that I got the Euphoria for. Because I'm like, I know she goes hard because I pulled J for her because I knew that post Euphoria they go really well together. I haven't gotten a lot of practice with the team yet, but it seems pretty good. But yeah, no, I've also I've also had her exactly like also at I3, Insight 3 level 30 or 10. Just waiting. All right, chapter 14: Soot in the Petri Dish. Lilia hits like a brick with her Euphoria now. Hell yeah. She's also on my list. I love using her.
The black fog seems terrifying. If I'd been there, I'd have buried myself in the garden or jumped in the sewer before it reached me.
Wait, hang on. Let me see something here. Okay, there we go.
Thankfully, all the patients and nurses were fine. Only Leonard's daughter got a few bruises.
Who cares about Leonard's daughter?
But what a shame it is that the building was ruined. It was 300 years old, you know. The stained glass alone was a masterwork.
Bugger. I just can't seem to spit it out. I feel like my chest's on fire.
Take this medicine 3 times a day, and you'll feel better tomorrow.
Tooth Fairy hands over the medicine, then takes out a small notebook to jot something down.
Case 132. Clinical symptoms. Burning sensation in chest, blackening of ears. Quite different from a regular tuberculosis patient. Maybe this is a different disease altogether.
Damn this black folk. Qualifiers are cancelled, fairs closed down. Even Cross Street's been cordoned off. To see the posters of the athletes all covered up with fires, it's utterly hopeless. Workers are striking again, just like the old days. They seem to be the only ones who dare to go outdoors. Although, since so many have lost their jobs, I suppose they don't have any reason to go out anymore. What are you doing, Miss Tooth Fairy?
Collecting saliva samples to put in petri dishes. I want to see what will grow. The sample I collected 2 days ago has already grown something unusual.
Something unusual?
A ball of black fog, weaker than the one I met in the alley. Its existence is unstable. Its form changes daily.
Bruh, I don't think that's bacteria.
It doesn't appear to have any self-consciousness, but that critter in the alley was definitely intelligent.
Huh, this thing. It looks like the illustration in the old book I read to my son. I can't quite remember the title, but it does mention a creature like this.
Interesting.
A creature like this?
Oi, Miss Tooth Fairy!
Brimley, the best character in the game. The startled hat hurtles toward them, wobbling as he goes.
It's an emergency, Dal. The little tack is in danger.
Please, Mr. Hat, keep your voice down in the hospital. The patients need to rest.
Sorry about that, but this can't wait. Miss Tooth Fairy, they said a girl's climbed to the top of the old bell tower, and she's planning to jump off.
A girl? You mean...
I mean, she can fly. That's not a bad thing, right?
Yeah, Flutterpage. No normal girl could climb all the way up there.
Flutterpage, what are you doing?
Oi, girl! Get down! It's dangerous up there!
Not even the noise of the carriages in the crowd can reach as high as the bell tower, let alone the shout of one passerby. At the top of the tower, Flutterpage is contently airing out her linens.
Knock, knock. The little knocker-upper loves hanging sheets. Every one of them brings back a sweet memory. The first sheet smells like cucumber and tobacco. The second, night dew and stars. The third, mummy's cuddles. Knock knock.
You know, you didn't need to come up so high just to hang your sheets.
Miss Tooth Fairy, well, what are you doing here?
Having finally reached the top of the tower, Tooth Fairy exhales heavily.
I wanted to ask you the same thing.
I'm having some quiet time in my secret base. Off you pop. We'll meet up later.
She gently shoos the canary fluttering near her feet.
I understand your need for privacy, but given that almost everyone in London is talking about a girl who's about to jump off the bell tower, I'd say this isn't the spot for it.
Hey, Drago.
Jump off the bell tower? Oh, like I might fall. Don't worry, I'll be fine as long as the wind's blowing. I'll ride it all the way to,
Australia?
Yeah, Australia. They must be preparing for the finals there.
The girl fidgets nervously with the clip haphazardly tucked into her hair.
Come here, Miss Tooth Fairy. Have a seat.
Tooth Fairy gracefully swings her leg over the railing, and the two sit quietly side by side, their feet swinging among the clouds.
Come along, Liberty! Quickly! It's dangerous up there!
Don't listen to him, Liberty! Oh, you! Watch your words! She might jump right off the bloody thing!
The clamor of the streets below continues.
Why?
Why what?
First, they told me to get down, and then they told me not to. Why'd they change their minds so quickly? Not just them. It's like all of a sudden, everything's changed. People said they wanted the qualifiers, but then they cancelled them. They said they'd find a solution, but then they just completely gave up on solving the problem. Why couldn't they just keep at it until they achieve something? It's like climbing this bell tower. You've got to push through and keep going until you reach the top. Otherwise, you'll never get to enjoy the view.
Maybe they...
After a quick moment of reflection, Tooth Fairy shakes her head.
Well, I don't know.
Miss Tooth Fairy, I think I did something wrong.
Accurate London simulator, it's like this even today.
I can cut my own hair, cook my own meals, and do my own laundry. No one taught me. I just figured it out myself. I used to think the world was like the fish tank I had at home. No matter how many questions I had, the answers were all inside, just like the fish swimming in there. I was patient too. I'd take the fish one by one and carefully look them over. And I wouldn't stop until I checked every scale. Yep, every single one. Well, unless Mum and Dad scolded me. Actually, sometimes I couldn't figure out why they hit me. I just had a lot of questions, and I wanted to know the answers.
Hello?
Anyway, now I've learned the truth about the world. It's different from what I imagined. I thought it was a round tank, but it was actually square. I thought there were goldfish swimming inside, but actually they were pinching crabs and chomping sharks. Sometimes even just pieces of rubbish. The round tank only existed in my mind, and all the answers I found were nothing. Just my imagination. And what's worse is that I hurt others with my imaginary answers.
A gentle breeze rustles their hair.
You mean Miss O'Hagan?
I let her down.
A faint scent of lemon floats by. Tooth Fairy gives an unexpected smile.
I spent my entire youth learning how to get along with others. And you know what I realized? People will change as long as the result benefits them. Once things are going well, whether expected or not, people often forget the goals they set before they reach that point. What I'm trying to say is, we need to remember who we really are and what we really want.
Flutterpage turns her head to look at Tooth Fairy, curiosity in her eyes. Tooth Fairy tilts her head to the side as though deep in thought.
Miss Willow must have known what she really wanted. Otherwise, she wouldn't have become the youngest floor ritual record holder of the century.
She pauses.
I'm sure she understands that it wasn't your fault. You didn't hurt her. In fact, you didn't hurt anyone. You just need to look at the fish tank in a new way.
Flutterpage looks off into the horizon.
Ugh. It hurts.
She presses her hand to her cheek, her little face scrunched up small.
What's wrong? Let me take a look. You're losing a tooth.
Tooth Fairy, no!
A new tooth is pushing out the old one.
Tooth Fairy, no! Don't steal the child's tooth!
A new tooth? But I've already lost all my baby teeth.
Open your mouth. Don't worry. It won't hurt.
Oh, ouch!
It's out. Look.
She opens her hand, revealing a perfectly intact tooth.
I thought I didn't have any baby teeth left.
Well, you don't anymore. This was the last one.
Flutterpage moves closer to get a better look at it.
Ew, it stinks.
It does. I suppose I'll keep this then.
Puts it in jar. Tooth Fairy produces a handkerchief, contentedly wraps the tooth, and stows it in her pocket. Takes your tooth, doesn't explain any further. There's so much VA work that Blue Pog put into this event, it's fantastic. Absolutely. Voice acting is really very much part of the charm. Back in the game, a torch burns brightly in the hearts of the people. Can't believe her parents hit her. What the hell, man?
Let's listen again to the interview she had all those years ago. As the youngest floor ritual record holder of the century, you're just one step away from becoming the world champion. What else do you wish to achieve in your career?
My ultimate goal is to win the finals of the Uluru Games. But I'll also register for as many events as possible. I have a lot I want to achieve, but I'm patient, and I'm sure I can do it all eventually.
The sound of metal cuts through the darkness. Oh, it's her leg.
Now, old friend.
Willow removes her prosthetic leg, her long fingers stretching out toward the machine lubricant resting on the shelf.
It's just you and me, isn't it?
As she gropes for the lubricant, she comes across a piece of crumpled paper.
Careful with the scaffolding, fellas. You wouldn't want it to fall on your feet. You'll be hobbling about for months.
Workers are busy disassembling the stage, carrying wooden posts and equipment to the door.
Here's the reimbursement application form. Just fill in the numbers and give me the receipt for the materials. I'll contact the Uluru committee for your compensation.
Okay, well, he's out of his office at least.
Is there really no hope, Mr. Fogg? We didn't build all this just to tear it all down.
I'm sorry.
To be honest, we'd rather not do this, even if we're getting paid for it. We were over the moon when we got this job. I mean, just look at this place. The huge billboards and that lovely stage background. How could we not be? It's been yonks since we last had an event like this. And who knows when we'll have another? Is there really nothing we can do?
Excuse me,
A voice floats over from behind the ladder in the worker's arms.
Oh, Look at me, blocking the doorway with me ladder. Begging your pardon, miss.
That's quite all right. I'm glad to stay a little longer and talk with everyone. None of us want to leave, actually.
How sad. But it's true. Who'd want to leave after all the trouble we've gone to?
Miss Bartley, I must say, I didn't expect to see you here after all the qualifiers were cancelled.
Hello, Mr. Fogg. I'm glad to see you back on your feet.
You done moping? I'm just kidding.
Well, I can't wallow all day. There's a lot of cleaning up to do. And someone has to do it. How about you, Miss Bartley? Will you be leaving shortly?
Yes. I suppose I'll go home and wait to hear the arrangements the committee's come up with.
Why don't you stay for a few more days?
Well, I don't think there's much point.
She looks around the almost deserted venue.
In fact, I'm the #1 seed this year, so I don't even have to participate in the qualifiers to advance in the finals. It's a new system they introduced to get a step closer to the standardization of human sporting events. I only joined because I couldn't pass up the opportunity to compete in my hometown. This was going to be the last competition of my career.
She sighs. Then, after a moment's hesitation, she speaks again.
And I thought, no, never mind. I wasn't surprised when the news came out, to be honest. We were just fooling ourselves before. And now it's time to face the fact that...
Sorry to interrupt you, but ain't it too early to be getting this dark, Mr. Fogg?
Uh-oh. The three of them look up at the sky as the world is plunged into darkness.
Crikey. What time is it, mate?
I don't have to look at my watch to know it isn't night yet.
Then what's going on?
The thick black and yellow smog surges upward like a massive arm poised to sweep them away.
Whoa, what the bloody hell is happening?
Time to punch a cloud!
Hey, hello there.
I still love them so much. Look at them. Look at these little guys. Lord Buncole. Car Buncole. I know how to play this game, I swear. Let me see. We'll do fucking, we'll do a...
I can use it.
We'll do a...
The moment of utterance.
Be serious. Stay off your legs.
It should be used to smog was just a real ass everyday thing. Oh yeah, well, the rest of the story is about the fact that it's like, it's not, there's like regular smog. And then there's like magic black smog that's given everyone cancer. different smogs.
A simple arcane trick. I can hear it. Be off your legs.
Yeah, advanced smog. Critter design for this is great. I wish for Critter cat plushies. That'd be so cute. They've got some plushies.
Come back. I need your feedback on our session.
Are you all right?
All good, thanks. What the blazes was that?
It looked just like the black fog that attacked the hospital, only smaller, and it was a different shape.
Oh yeah, also this black smog can like blow up buildings and shit.
Let's move to your office, Mr. Fogg. There's something we need to talk about. I believe all these problems we're having, the smog, the tuberculosis, the failure of your machine, have something to do with the black fog.
Well, I mean, yes.
What?
But first, we need to get everyone out of the stadium in case it attacks again.
Oh, I mean, I guess she is the only one who's actually figured this out. Because we've been with her point of view a lot. That does make sense. Upon entering the office, Brimley heads straight for to the purifier and gives its glass top a curious tap.
Leave it be. It's no use worrying about it now.
Mr. Fogg glances at his once revered purification machine, now sitting inert in the corner.
You pushed it too hard, mate.
So I missed 5 doing the first half. How funny was the emu war joke to you? It was cute. It was cute. I see what he did there.
Don't be too hard on yourself, Mr. Fogg. The fact that you made something that worked at all, in just a matter of weeks, is an achievement in itself.
I appreciate it, Miss Tooth Fairy. I know it doesn't make any sense to keep it around after it failed so spectacularly. But I just...
He tries to raise it off the ground to shift it, but it doesn't succeed.
I can't bear to break it down. At least not for now. I enchanted it with my arcane skill. So we're linked together. It used to breathe as I did. And now I cough and splutter just like it does.
Oh, damn.
You should go to the hospital as soon as possible.
See? How many times have I told you that and you never listened? Even the doctor's saying so. Anyway, what was it that you wanted to talk about, Miss Tooth Fairy?
I didn't see the storyline previous to this. When did we meet Oliver's dad, and why does he look exactly how I used to draw? Yes, man. He's been here since the start of the story. Basically, he wanted to build a machine that cleared up the smog, so that so that they could hold the qualifiers for the Uluru games. He made something, and it worked for like 5 seconds, and then it blew up. So then he got really despondent and locked himself in his office, and then the qualifiers were canceled. So this is what's happening directly after that.
The experiments I've been doing these days. Here's a sample of the black fog. I collected it from the alley after it attacked me.
Mr. Fogg is Oliver's dad. That would make sense. Like, they're clearly, I knew for a fact they were from the same family, but I can't remember if we ever knew Oliver's dad's name. So, like, is this the guy who killed himself working? I'm not sure if we'll see that, but he looks a little bit young, and I don't think he's got a family yet. But they do come from the same family, yeah.
As for the tuberculosis, I analyzed the black fog's composition and found some components very similar to those in the patient's saliva. I've concluded that this fog critter is the root cause of the disease. This critter is fog-soluble, can change its form, and is indestructible. It feeds on smog and, most interestingly, sensitive emotions, which it seems to absorb to nourish itself.
Oh my god, the black smog that feeds on your depression.
In conclusion, the answer to our problems lies in capturing and containing these critters. Also, in one of my experiments, I cultured 2 samples under the same conditions and put one of them in the sun, like this.
Tooth Fairy delicately places the bottle containing the black critter on the windowsill.
See? Even in today's dim sunlight, it shrinks very quickly. Just wait a moment, and you'll see. Its true being. Sunlight is their weakness. That's why you never see them in areas with clear skies.
She pauses as if to add gravity to her point.
As you can see, London provides the perfect conditions for it to survive and multiply. Heavy smog, and the anxiety and depression caused by the cancellation of the qualifiers.
And the anxiety and depression that comes with being British. A thoughtful silence falls in the office.
I do believe you're right. But it won't be easy to capture these things.
No, definitely not. I'm still trying to figure that one out. We may be able to lure them into a trap, but we need to make a specific plan so that the process is controllable and the results predictable.
A specific plan? The only plan I can think of is to pray to God.
Some people may seek answers from the divine, but whether that works or not is another matter.
Oi!
Hmm?
Is that Flutter Page's voice?
Sure is. Over there, mate. Outside the window.
I love her so much. She's so cute. There's a tap at the window. Outside, Flutterpage drifts in the air, a white bedsheet clutched in her hands. Below her, a crowd of all ages makes their way along Cross Street, all heading for the sports stadium. Hang on, I need to screenshot this because she's cute as fuck. Give me a second. I'm screenshotting this. Use it as a sticker or something.
Miss Tooth Fairy, Mr. Fogg, Mr. Brimley, would you like to join us?
What?
The residents of Cross Street have got together to petition for the reopening of the qualifiers.
Bonjour! Flutterpage uses one hand to steady the bedsheet and the other to point excitedly at the crowd congregating below.
Hi folks, how about this iron? It's a family heirloom, but it'll be perfect for the floating shot sling. And I'll be the stop for it. I'm an excellent timekeeper. I can keep time down to the millisecond.
Timekeeper?
We also need a fair good, right? Then I'll put myself forward. Everyone on Cross Street knows I'm an excellent mediator.
Everyone's brought things from their homes. Ladders, hanging rods, clotheslines, anything that might be useful. We're going to rebuild the stadium together. So, will you join us?
What? Are you serious?
We'll make our own stadium with clotheslines and hookers.
Truth. I don't know what to say. This is unbelievable.
The crowd pushes on to the stadium, a few individuals joining the throng as they pass by their homes. There is a resolute happiness in the air, as though no force could diminish their fervent hope.
Since the qualifiers have been cancelled, we'll just have to hold our own games. Miss Tooth Fairy, I found the right way to look at the fish tank.
Aww! Aww! Brimley actually has a proper Aussie accent. They do their best to hire regionally for sure. London air pollution audit to cleaner project progress and future collaboration. Send our greetings. Face setbacks, failed to resolve the pressing issues of the qualifiers. Greatly appreciate the open-minded approach and collaborative spirit. Without your material enchantment, technology's protocol, progress would have been limited. Sharing the outcomes. Device hasn't achieved, although the device has not achieved its intended results, we'll honor this commitment. A physical device will not be included in shared materials. However, we'll share stunning test records. Okay, so he's gonna continue working on it. Our Uluru Games, and now we are both host and participant. Actually, we are 7 minutes off of an ad break. I'm just gonna go ahead and run it now, just so we don't get interrupted mid-story. Long story short, if you get caught in ads, we're not gonna start anything until you get back, so I will see you in 3 minutes. Ba-boom! Perfect. All right. I am actually just gonna go grab something real quick. I'll be back super quick. Give me 1 second. Okie dokie. We still got a minute and a half. Oy, 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 oy. I'm actually really, really liking the story so far. I know I've mentioned it before, but I really am. And I love Flutter Page so much. It seems like over time, they're getting, like, not just Reverse 1999, I also mean in other games that I play, they're getting better at writing child characters that actually, like, feel younger. I mean, Reverse 1999, I'm like 90% sure they actually hire child voice actors, which helps. So it sounds less like somebody trying to be a child and actually just a child. Either that or they're just very good at it. But yeah, no, I'm having a great time. I do like it's just, I do like that the enemy is just one fuck off cloud. We're gonna have to punch the sky. I imagine it's probably the smog that's the final boss for the story arc. I imagine, at least. But we'll see. Just comes in with a giant fucking air filter. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, it looks like people should be back. Alright, let's keep going. Our Uluru games. We're doing the Bugs Bunny hands and everything.
So, you're going to join them?
You know me. I'll always jump room first into the unknown.
I never got the ads. Oh well, no, it's all good. I'm sure I pushed the button. Let me just triple check. Yep, definitely pushed the button. So if you didn't get ads, maybe you lucked out.
But the Foundation's already pulled their funding. The workers are already awaiting their reimbursement. And some players have already left. How could we possibly hold it?
Mate, listen up.
There is an unfamiliar tension in the office. This may be the first real disagreement between the two old friends.
Those officers from the headquarters didn't give a damn whether the qualifiers were held or not. You could see it all over their faces. All they wanted was to minimize their trouble. Did you see how quickly they applied for the cancellation and reimbursement? How hastily they made promises to pacify the people. I've never seen anyone more ready to get things over with. Their job was done as soon as they got the player list. They'd probably already moved their attention to the qualifiers in other regions. After all, our qualifiers are no different from the others to them. But it means something to us, doesn't it? At least for me, this could be my chance to go to Australia. My very nature wants me to run free on the Red Land, to holler out and forget all my troubles. I think that's what we all want. In the heat of competition, people are at their best, their most pure. Think about it, mate. You're not the only one who's put a lot of effort into this machine. It hurts me to see it rotting the office too. If you're really going to give up because of a few words from an authority, then as your partner, I have to tell you, don't ever let anyone deny your achievements, including yourself.
These words hit like a bomb, bringing his grand speech to an end.
All right, calm down, old chap.
Mr. Fogg, the people want the qualifiers because they're for everyone. They provide each and every person with an equal opportunity to shine.
Sensing Mr. Fogg's uncertainty, Tooth Fairy smiles as she offers her contribution.
And that includes you and me. Although, for us, it'll be more like a battle to fight.
She gazes out the window at the people below, her head shaking gently in quiet frustration. We thought it was the fog that was the enemy, but in fact it was bureaucracy. True. Words lodge in his throat like a date pit, neither going down nor coming up. After a pause, he sighs deeply.
Honestly, will these people stop sending me petitions? I've been absolutely inundated with them.
Circling to the back of the desk, he opens a drawer and throws a pile of envelopes onto the desk with feigned anger. Brimley and Tooth Fairy remain silent, unsure of how to interpret his intent.
Fine. Someone has to keep everyone healthy. I'll do everything I can to minimize the damage from the smoke.
After a moment, Mr. Fogg lifts his head.
Don't worry. I'll talk to the relief center to sort out all of the paperwork for the event.
I'll deal with the bureaucracy. You handle the event.
Here you are. This is yours. Please come here for a copy of the emergency guidebook if you don't have one. Make sure you read it carefully. We don't want anyone hurt if there's an emergency. And here, take the special sheet I enchanted to protect you from the smog. I came up with the idea a couple days ago. It can drive away the smog around you by controlling the wind. Not very effective, but it's better than nothing.
Oh my god, wind paper. Oh my god, it's a Flutter page.
You did all this yourself?
Cheers, little knocker-upper, but you don't need to worry about us. We've lived in the smog for generations. What can it hurt to hold a little sport?
I love her too.
Agreed. We asked for the exhibition ourselves, so we'll pay the price if anything happens.
Here's the confirmation of your application. Your contingency plan has been approved by the Relief Center. My colleagues and I will do everything we can to keep you all safe. As for the London air pollution auto-detecting purifier Mark III, I'll do my best to fix it. Next, we'll gather the athletes who have yet to leave the city and hold a small exhibition game.
Of course, it won't be an official event, but at least it'll give an opportunity for the athletes to demonstrate their hard work to a group of spectators. I'm sure they'll be a great source of inspiration for the people of London as they cheer on their favorite athletes.
Oi, Mr. Fogg, I brought you this. It's Mrs. Brown's leek and potato soup with bread and butter.
Oh, it sounds good.
Oh, Mrs. Brown. Please give her my thanks. Has everyone eaten?
Yeah. Mrs. Brown, Mrs. Jones, Ben's son and I have been cooking since 4 in the morning to get food out to everyone.
Aww.
But it still ain't enough. Almost everyone in the neighborhood's coming. All right, I have to go make more soup. See you later.
Hey, what's that you got from the knocker-upper? An enchanted sheet, apparently. She'd tell me to blow it when I need to use it.
Aww.
Would you look at that? It conjured a gust of wind. We can use this while we're working.
Something I couldn't figure out. Does Flutter page use her clothes rod to just knock on windows or rides like a witch's broom or both? I'm like the title of Knocker Upper is actually it was actually a job title back then in England, and they had that clothes rod to like reach the high windows. But she can also fly, so I can kind of imagine it's both. Like one of her animations is her holding it up and like tapping it, right? So I can imagine it's probably both.
Yeah, it blows the smog away. All right, well, sort of.
Well, I mean, both as in she probably like floats up and uses it. I don't think she rides it. That's Lilia who needs the riding thing.
Mr. Fogg! Mr. Fogg! I'm here to help.
Oh, you. You're the girl from the market, aren't you?
Yes, that's me. Let's try our best to fix the machine together. But there's no need to worry. Mr. Fogg, we can still hold the exhibition even if we can't do it.
The exhibition. All right.
Sports!
Next, introducing the London Uluru Exhibition Games. So far, 28 players have registered for the 6-day event, which will host one sport per day.
All right, everyone, let's push together. 3, 2, 1.
The residents of Cross Street had taken it upon themselves to rebuild the stadium.
Hey, your painting's totally off theme. Look, mine's a mockingbird with a gold medal. It just won first place in the singing competition.
The Uluru Games ain't got a singing competition. You should have drawn something more athletic. Like my sailfish. It's the fastest swimmer in the world.
How exciting! Our very own Uluru Games, without any interference from the Foundation.
It's Tooth Fairy. I'd made a list of all the athletes who signed up for the qualifiers. A lot of them have left, but some would like to stay for our exhibition.
Good. And I've made a list of the daily attendees based on the tickets they bought for the qualifiers. Mr. Fogg and Mr. Brimley are discussing the possible security issues of the event with the Relief Center staff and the police.
Lilia needs a proper vacation after the last few events. Girl needs a break. It's true! Holy shit! She's been run ragged.
The games on the day the qualifiers were originally scheduled. But since this is all improvised, we'll probably encounter some unexpected problems as the games continue. We need to be prepared.
Yeah, I know.
The girl's enthusiasm dims as she looks over the sports venue, eyes tinged with quiet regret. Oh.
Thank you, Flutterpage. It must have taken a lot of effort to make the athlete list. You've done an excellent job.
She continues to scan the venue as if searching for something.
So, you saw the whole athlete list. Did you see the name you were hoping for?
Ah! How did you... Miss Tooth Fairy,
She hesitates, her brow furrowed, her lips are barely moving.
Flutterpage! Flutterpage! Come here. We need you to explain to the Relief Center how your little sheets work.
The girl hesitates as she looks toward the somber officials.
Just go. They need you more than I do. Your explanation may decide whether the games can be held.
Alright, I'll talk to you later.
She skips excitedly toward the door of the venue, where Brimley and Mr. Fogg await her arrival. As a worker carrying a wooden frame passes, she disappears from view.
You've got yourself a new outfit. It looks great on you.
A tall, slim woman emerges from the shadows, her pointed leather shoes gliding along the floor with poised restraint.
Oh, I like your coat too.
She's here!
Thank you.
My grandmother had one just like it. She died 2 years ago. Had a proper sweet tooth too.
We'd have got along well.
How did you know I was here?
Oh, I didn't until my tooth fairies found you.
So you have a whole jar of scapegoats who can take all the blame for you? How convenient.
You've pulled yourself together, haven't you? Even your sarcasm has become bitter again. So, why are you here?
Just getting some fresh air.
You know, in full gear and everything. The two of them remain silent as they observe the mayhem of the sports ground, workers shouting and children running back and forth.
Look at them. They're all so happy. What do you think?
I've never seen such a rudimentary, disorderly, and poorly prepared event in my life.
Bro, you're so mean!
Well, of course, it's totally amateur. But it's built on enthusiasm and sportsmanship. Athletes will go head-to-head, spectators will cheer, and the stadium will be lit up by the energy they release together. It's imperfect, yes, but it's inclusive and unstoppable, and that's what makes it special.
Aww. Willow holds a crumpled registration form in her hand. She's here to compete! Opening ceremony. You are positively luminous, darling. Uncle Bill, Aunt Connie, Little Mary, Old Harold. The people across street stand gathered at the front of the stage, hammers and saws in their hands. Old Harold discreetly moves a shovel out of sight. Perched on a tree, a canary nervously swivels its head to watch the crowd assembled on this bleak winter day.
Leave it to me, Dal.
Tooth Fairy gives a slight nod, and Brimley ascends the makeshift wooden podium.
Testing, testing. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Today marks the beginning of the London Uluru Exhibition Games. As you can see, the weather isn't looking great. The smog still sits heavy in the sky.
The crowd beneath the platform looks up at Brimley, cement stains and coal smudges on their faces.
There's no wind, no sunshine, no warmth, and even my brim is soggy from the damp. It's truly miserable out here. On top of that, the stadium's shabby, and we only have a limited number of athletes. To many, these games will be seen as disappointing. However, even without the support of the Foundation, we've managed to rebuild this stadium with nothing but our own hands and determination. I've confirmed that our stadium meets all the standards required by the government, and there's no doubt that it matches the Foundation's too. As for the operation of our games, we've built a reliable team consisting of various Uluru professionals and supporters. They are currently in every corner of the stadium, working their hardest to prepare for the upcoming event. They will be our backbone, supporting the entire games to ensure that everything runs smoothly. As we all come together, I believe the passion of our games will burn as hot as the sacred fire of Uluru itself. So, without further ado, I hereby declare that the London Uluru Exhibition Games have begun!
The crowd bustles and chatters like a flock of birds. Tooth Fairy, Brimley, and Flutterpage are quickly bombarded by a flood of questions.
Miss Tooth Fairy, we don't have enough judges for the Winged Key Archery. Friends has been put on to umpire 2 events at the same time, so we left to do the other one.
2 events at the same time? The other event starts tomorrow. He must have mixed up the schedule. Get him to come back.
All athletes participating in the 1500-meter weighted run, please report to the 3rd preparation area. I repeat, please report to the 3rd preparation area.
Excuse me. I lost my name tag. Can I get a new one?
Certainly. Go straight ahead and take the first left to get to the player office. There's a girl called Flutterpage in there. Show her your ID, and she'll give you a new tag.
I'll take you there. Follow me, friend.
Sure. Thanks.
Oi, hold on a minute. Friend, why haven't I seen you before?
Brimley examines the judge suspiciously before pulling his ID card directly from the inside of his coat.
This ID is fake. Security!
Get it! Get his ass!
I'm just a big fan. Please don't kick me out.
The volunteer security team quickly swoops in and removes the impersonator. One of them whispers a few words to Brimley.
Tooth Fairy, my doll.
What is it, Head of Security?
I've been told that a mate of ours would like to post some flyers in the stadium.
We already have a sponsor. I'm afraid you'll have to turn him down.
By mate, I mean Arthur.
Tooth Fairy glances over to where Brimley is looking and catches sight of a black and white banner at the entrance to the venue. Smog kills!
Has he been sitting all this time under that banner with his machine?
Yeah, he's using it to show everyone what can happen if they breathe in too much smog.
I don't know if I should call him wavering in his principles or completely stubborn in them.
Arthur's always been a righteous official. He truly cares about the people. He's tough, tenacious, and has a powerful ability to influence others.
You sound more like an official than he does.
Tooth Fairy looks over at the athletes preparing to race and the crowd cheering them on enthusiastically.
Come on, go for it!
First place! Yes!
What? No!
Thank you! Thank you!
The athlete blows kisses at the spectators, triggering another wave of excitement.
Not even the smog can stop the people's enthusiasm for sports. No matter the obstacle, they will always find a way to enjoy it. I suppose Mr. Fogg is still refusing to take one of Flutterpage's sheets?
Of course he is. Arthur said he'd never run away from the smog. As Fogwalker, he has to confront it. He's stubborn, just as you said.
Dude's gonna die.
Floor ritual competitors, please report to the 5th preparation area. I repeat, please report to the 5th preparation area.
1500 meter weighted run. Yeah, these are Arcanist games after all. They're gonna be weird. I'm quite I would love to see some of these examples. Like, I really like the concept of the floor rituals as well. How they mix, like, you know, a traditional a sport that we traditionally know with how Arcanists would perform it. So, like, I like to think about how differently Arcanist sports are, what kind of magical tweaks they have to them.
Oh, that's Ms. O'Hagan's event.
He's so excited.
Do you think she'll show up?
Miss Tooth Fairy, Mr. Brimley. Did you hear that? The floor ritual's about to start. But where's Miss Willow?
Tooth Fairy looks at Brimley. Though he has no eyes for her to read, the slight shifting of his brim carries a sense of trepidation. Neither knows how to respond to the child, hesitating between igniting her hopes and destroying her dreams. Or perhaps the truth is exactly what she's hoping for.
Go check the floor ritual venue, Flutterpage.
What for? Is Miss Willow there?
She looks directly at Tooth Fairy. Her eyes widen as they begin to sparkle.
She's there, isn't she?
You'll have to go there to find out.
She can't help but give a slight smile.
I'll cover for you at the player office. Just go, little tacker.
Go on, then.
Flutterpage starts to smile, but a flicker of doubt quickly clouds her expression.
This time, I won't disappoint her.
Aww!
I brought her a real game. No need to climb the tower and hide away anymore. This is real.
She raises her hand and waves to Tooth Fairy and Brimley, a determined look on her face.
See you later.
With that, Flutterpage turns and runs off. At the 5th preparation area, the floor ritual competitors are warming up.
Look at this place. You could find a better venue at any school in the city. These games are really something.
They built it in a matter of days. We can't ask for much.
Oh my! It's an honor to meet you, Miss Bartley.
The competitor hurriedly wipes her hands before extending one to Caroline.
Take care warming up. You wouldn't want to get hurt just before the competition.
You're very kind. Thank you.
A staff member with a volunteer ID strides in from the doorway.
Floor ritual competitors, the event will start in 1 minute. please confirm your numbers as I will be calling you to enter the floor in numerical order. Competitor number 2401, please enter the floor. Competitors 2402 and 2403, please wait in the locker room.
Good luck.
The first competitor receives a few well wishes before waving goodbye as she makes her way to the competition floor. Now that the event has begun, Carolyn stops warming up.
What about Charlotte? Charlotte, you're here. I knew you wouldn't be able to stay away. You haven't changed a bit.
Aww. Willow pauses in the middle of her stretch.
What do you want from me?
What do I want? Have you forgotten about the challenge? What's your number?
I don't think that's any of your concern. Or are you trying to win over the organizers with a little goody two-shoes act? The ever so helpful competitor turned volunteer, Miss Bartley?
Oh, I didn't know you could be so sarcastic.
You better get used to it.
Really? You mean we'll chat again in the future?
Is this flirting? Is this flirting? I feel like this is flirting. Willow turns her head away from her.
I'm not the Charlotte you used to know. Stop trying to bond with me.
Carolyn walks toward her. Oh! Oh! Sorry.
But you are the Charlotte I used to know. You're still that black swan I've always chased after. When I saw your performance, the grace, the beauty of it, it inspired me to become a floor ritualist. But you just disappeared after you became champion. Well, as long as you're back.
What's so funny?
Carolyn looks at Willow with a quiet composure, her lips forming a slight smile.
See you on the floor.
Carolyn heads back to the preparation area.
Player number 2406, Caroline Bartley. Please enter the floor.
I feel like it's more childhood admiration grown up. Willow was her inspiration for doing the dance. Of course, of course. There's enough plausible deniability for it to go either way. The sound of the volunteer's voice filters into the room, muffled and distorted by the walls. Willow stamps her slightly stiff right leg.
Time for me to head in too.
You can do it! I believe in you!
Excuse me.
She finds her way to the spectator seat. Hey, I didn't say go forward. She finds her way to the spectator seat, settling into a corner. Carolyn gracefully strides onto the floor, pausing to give a gentle bow to the judges. Then she brushes her hand across the didgeridoo and positions herself in the center, ready to begin.
Player number 2406, Caroline Bartley, whenever you're ready.
Carolyn starts to dance. Receiving her channeled energy, the didgeridoo produces a rich, resonant sound. See you later, Pi. Thanks for dropping by. Have a good stream. This list has undergone a second review. Qualifiers athlete list. Winged key archery. Confirmed Peter Thomas. Community for fewer than 3. Victoria White, Yorkshire. Found 12 days after having lost her direction in the smog during a London training session. Exhibits a severe screaming reaction to winged keys. Withdrew for safety reasons. Unable to make contact. Recorded withdrawn. Found on Paris qualifiers final participant list. Verified as same individual. 1,500-meter weighted run. Both entered and withdrew under an alias. Originally a 25 kg division, after withdrawing register 50 kg division after low participation count was observed. Honorary Scottish Shetland Pony Club member, decided to continue competing after failing to transport her pony out of London in the middle of this fog. Floor ritual. Carolyn Bartley. Initially withdrew due to Carolyn Bartley's entry. Rejoined after learning Bartley had already qualified for finals. Registered under an alias. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Lifted up by the hand of your former self. Hazy memories. Day 1.
What's this, Miss Raven?
Baby!
The
Pog Log!
That will settle in your heart and soon grow to be your closest friend. Its roots will stretch all the way from Australia to the soles of your feet, and together you will make the music to your floor ritual. Now, my dear, listen closely. Listen to what it has to say. Listen. Hold it. Feel it. Let it know who you are. It isn't just a piece of wood, but a mouthpiece passed down through the ages. It allows us to understand what our God hears during the ritual.
It doesn't look all that special to me.
The fuck is this?
Silly girl. If you want it to speak, you must greet it with your arcane skill first. It's the only language it'll understand.
All right.
Okay. I must talk to the Pog Log with my magic.
It's responding. Ugh, that sounds awful.
That's because you greeted it awfully.
I greeted it awfully? You mean the fluctuation of my arcane skill wasn't stable enough?
Yes. Speak to it politely, and it'll respond with politeness.
Miss Raven, that hurts.
The path of pilgrimage is full of thorns. It offers no shortcuts. You must make your way inch by inch. Otherwise, you'll never reach the Sanctuary of Glory, the place where all the lights gather. And you'll die a nobody.
Damn! Isn't she like 8?
Full of thorns. So, will I be freed from pain if I keep training?
Shush. Press your head against your shin, just as the divine sun did.
Okay.
Closer! I want that head tight against your shin. The tighter, the better.
Yes, miss.
Day 93.
Confusion. Sadness. I can see it all over you.
Shout out to this being every dance coach ever in real life. Goddamn.
My classmates were making fun of me. They said I was using the training to avoid my duties. They said I never do anything with them. I've skipped classes, sports days, and the summer outing. They said that all I do is train to be a clown in a show. Miss Raven? Can I take a break? Just for today? I want to spend time with my classmates.
You made a promise, remember?
Yes. I promised to focus on my training and never slack, no matter what. If I want to be a champion, I need to be able to beat every other floor ritualist in the world. Every tear, every drop of sweat will pave my path to the podium.
So, you do remember it. Every word. Our God can only hear the most faithful prayers. Yes, only the most faithful. You must offer everything you have to him. Your heart, your flesh, from here to here.
She traces a path from Charlotte's head to her toes with her finger.
If you can't do that, you'll be surpassed and never win the attention of our God. If that happens, you'll be completely forgotten, like you never existed. Is that what you want?
No.
Then what are you waiting for? Begin.
Day 569.
No, not like that.
Why? This element will score me points.
Yes, but not enough.
Not enough? Then they should revise their scoring system.
By not enough, I mean it's imperfect. Unfaithful. Our God won't hear you. Are you unwilling to try a better element, or simply unable to?
Oh, please. I can do any element without even trying.
Then show it to our God.
I've got it. Stop nagging me.
I suppose I got carried away. This applause isn't for me, but it should be.
Willow rubs her brow, a heavy expression on her face as she peers at Carolyn. She's being showered with applause.
What distracted me? Must have been that graceful element that Caroline finished perfectly. She had it down to the smallest detail. In that way, we were like sticklers for detail. That's why.
She squints as her eyes continue to follow Carolyn.
Thank you everyone.
I'm feeling so restless.
With a respectful salute, Carolyn exits the floor.
Player number 2407, Anna Smith, please enter the field.
The ritualist named Anna makes her way to the floor and gets into position.
What did you think, Charlotte?
Oh my god, she wants her approval so badly. Carolyn pats Willow's shoulder from behind.
Well, you certainly haven't skimped on your training these past years.
That's it?
Willow shoots Carolyn a sharp look.
You're better than when you were 9. I'll give you that.
But...
Carolyn steps toward the railing of the spectator area.
Are you sure you saw my performance clearly? The smog's rather heavy.
Side by side, Willow and Carolyn peer through the dense smog as they watch Anna perform her routine. Meanwhile, on the opposite side...
Flutter page.
Miss Tooth Fairy, Mr. Brimley, good timing.
Just in time, eh? Well, we wouldn't want to miss Ms. Willow's performance now, would we?
The lady doing her routine right now is called Anna. It should be Miss Willow next, but I can hardly see a thing.
True, the smog's too heavy.
It's because it feeds on negative emotions. And Willow is stewing at the moment.
Hopefully, it'll clear before Miss Willow comes out.
Suddenly, the didgeridoo song comes to a grinding halt.
What's wrong?
Anna stops mid-routine and gestures toward the judges. Her mouth is moving. An unease spreads among the crowd.
Why, she's stuck.
I think she's requesting a timeout.
A timeout? Is she hurt?
As Anna walks away from the floor, the crowd buzzes with speculation. After some time, the speakers crackle to life with an announcement.
Silence, please. An announcement from the floor ritual judges. Due to force majeure, player number 2407, Anna Smith, requested suspension. After discussion, the judges have decided to suspend the game.
The smog's getting too heavy. Maybe she couldn't fucking breathe.
Suspended? What about Miss Willow? Will she not get to compete?
A number of spectators start to leave, while others stay put.
Suspended? We gave everything to help these games. How could she just back out like this?
I heard that a winged key archery player got injured. Maybe that's why.
What, so we're supposed to just leave? The games have hardly begun.
Miss Tooth Fairy, what should we do? Miss Willow's next. It'll be such a shame if she can't play.
Tooth Fairy looks into the murky yellow smog and sighs. Time to punch some clouds! Okay, maybe not. Maybe not yet. Maybe we'll punch some clouds in a second. Dancing in the smog. Dance, dance until the sky clears up.
Did you hear that? The games have been suspended.
Yes.
Carolyn walks back to Willow's side.
I suppose we should head home and wait further notice. Maybe the games will continue once the smog clears.
The workers appear to be clearing up something from the floor.
What? Go home and spit in the faces of everyone who worked so hard to make this happen?
Aw, she cares!
Huh?
More and more spectators get to their feet as they prepare to leave.
No.
What do you mean, no?
I won't wait any longer.
Willow turns and strides directly toward the judge's tent.
Charlotte.
Realizing Willow's intent, a sudden impulse takes hold of her as she spins to face the stands.
Damn this bloody smog.
A few spectators reach for the railings as they get ready to leave.
Wait, everyone! The games aren't over yet.
But the competitors aren't even competing. What's the point of staying? Oh, why don't I go and dance on the floor instead?
Everyone, please return to your seats. Player number 2408, Willow.
What?
Willow's dark silhouette now stands firm at the center of the floor. Just as she did all those years ago, she touches the didgeridoo at the front of the arena.
I've lived in seclusion for 10 years. Trained alone with nothing but the pain in my leg and my own arrogance.
The sounds of people's hopes for Uluru flow steadily into her ears.
Therefore, on this day, on this floor, I will perform without care for what anyone thinks.
Willow strikes her beginning pose, a black swan in the smog, and the didgeridoo starts to play.
Palest yellow turns to godly light. The sun births shadows, the moon shines bright. Luch, reborn from dark's embrace, I walk your path in sacred space. Life's end is death,
but bones to life ascend. Look before me, from underworld I wend. Look, gaze on me, I rise from shadows dark. Look, heed me, your power impart, as you are me and I your counterpart.
The smoke is clearing.
What the fuck is that?
Come back! The games are on again!
What the fuck is that?
There's something there. There in the smoke.
Uh-oh. Guys, I think we found out what was wrong. Oh boy, oh boy. Uh-oh. Hang on a second. Oh, we can grab Willow! She's a poison unit, isn't she?
Enough sniffing about me like a mole.
Oh, when is the poison? Counts as a type of poison. 2 out of 3 instances of poison can be covered by this effect. Debuff. Mental damage. Target already hit as both poison and Hagsbane consumed 2 instances of poison. Each instant of poison resolves Hagsbane's status on the target once. The remaining rounds of Hagsbane do not decrease when resolved this way. Self-channel enters the ancient ritual status. Channel status is active. Enemies are treated as oh, she also has a channel status. Triggered an extra. At the end of the round, deduct. Oh god. You know what? We're just gonna do some random bullshit. Go. Poison. Poison. Isolde. Healing. Sure, that'll work. That'll work, right?
Hello there.
Okay, yeah, so I think we found the source of the tuberculosis.
Miss Tooth Fairy, it's the Black Fog. It's
What the
here.
smog doing? Fuck! Hang on, that's our raid message. That's our raid message. That's great.
But it looks like it's in pain, like an earthworm squirming and writhing before it dies.
Huh. It certainly had a violent reaction to Miss Willow. Could it be that her ritual holds some power that suppresses the Black Fog?
I told you that Miss Willow was the best witch of them all.
This is no time for chit-chat. We need to stop the damn thing. Otherwise, it'll destroy this place, just like it did the hospital. Arthur, get the crowd out of here.
Okay, there we go.
Heed my prayer.
I can hear it.
Oh, I call upon you.
Be serious. Stay focused.
Luch will foresee your ending.
Tu peux la jeter maintenant, la charme d'opère.
In the name of darkness.
Stop lightning.
Hi, Yolo Chicken. I don't like how its eyes are vibrating. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Oh, that's a lot of damage.
Is that a firefly or a tooth fairy?
Actually, you know what? Let's do a quick little... Yeah, here we go.
Which one hurts? This one or this one?
Just right. Heed my prayer. Oh, I call upon you.
Sweetness comes after the pain.
Mon officier n'est pas un capitaine.
Get back and stay back.
Ow! Okay. Okay. I'm gonna pop some ults here, but we're going to do...
Is that a firefly or a tooth fairy?
What a tragedy.
Light to the bonfire.
What's your race?
Good to see her ult
A
animation.
traditional treatment.
Soffocare sangue. Soffocare sangue. The same shadow from the same light.
Oh my god, Carolyn's in it? Is it Carolyn or her younger self? I can't tell. I don't know what the fuck's going on with her Moxie. I didn't read the Yu-Gi-Oh card that was her alt description. Oh, that's a lot of debuffs. Oh, that's a lot of debuffs. It's okay, we'll survive. Probably. We'll be fine. Most likely. We'll be fine. We have plenty of time.
Heed my prayer. Oh, I call upon you.
Sweetness comes after the pain.
Luke will foresee your ending. Your punishment will come.
Splendid. Just splendid.
That's a lot of poison damage.
It's scattering. Have we won?
Uh-oh. Oh no! Second phase! Same as the first!
Not yet. It's generating a new body.
Are those two heads? Or two bodies? Oh, it's trying to copy my bow, ain't it?
I don't think so, little Tacker. They're just heads of coal.
Don't give up, Willow!
Why are there still civilians here?
They want to help.
Come on, everyone. Let's dance with Willow. Follow her lead.
Flowers bear fruit, and beasts give offspring's way.
With eyes of fire pierce through the cloudy maze. With eyes of fire pierce through the cloudy maze.
Is that a firefly or a tooth fairy?
What's your race? It is here. Be serious. Stay focused.
A traditional treatment.
That's concrete, baby!
Thank you for the follow, HBK!
It won't last.
Oh, John Doe, I haven't watched it yet. I've seen it floating around, though.
Just like in the train. Be serious. Eagle, I call upon you. Oh, don't worry. I have prepared it all. I have prepared it all. Cradle! In the name of darkness. Be gone.
I'm definitely managing her stacks poorly. I don't think I know what I'm doing. Brief asphyxiation!
Splendid. Just splendid.
Guys, I think we're choking on it. We'll do a brief little we have no healing? Please?
Dance before dawn breaks.
Okay, that's better than nothing at least.
Be serious. Stay focused.
Sweetness comes after the pain.
Say hello.
Ow!
Splendid.
like how unapologetically mean she is. Like, great! Fantastic. You're doing a great job. Thanks. Thanks. Thank you so much. Okay, we'll do fucking... if we don't die.
Heed my prayer.
Is this not your race?
Luke will foresee your ending.
Come back to me.
Isolde might not have been the best choice here. I probably should have brought a second support. Especially since I clearly don't know how Willow works.
Splendid. Just splendid.
We might die, folks. Can I please get some healing for the love of God? Okay, we've got one. We've got one.
Just like in the train.
Which one hurts? This one or this one?
It is here.
Oh, I call upon you.
Oh, don't worry. I have prepared it all. I have prepared it all.
See, my typical technique is kill it before it all the debuffs slaughter you. And it worked! Okay, Willow's dead now, it's fine.
Oh, stand up. There's one around.
She just needs a nap. She'll be fine. She'll sleep it off. The didgeridoo sounds a long, hollow note as Willow leads the crowd into an almost trance-like state. Following Willow's lead, the crowd chants the prayer over and over, fueled by a zeal for the sport and a longing for the sun. In the wake of the mass ritual, the black fog dissolves into nothingness. With its body almost entirely disintegrated, the black fog is reduced to a core of thin, smoky soot as it scrambles frantically to avoid the sunlight.
All right, you filthy little thing. It's time you learnt a lesson.
The lungs! Mr. Fogg activates his London air pollution auto-detecting purifier Mark III, and after a few puffs of black smoke, it roars to life.
You are under arrest for the pollution of the sky, as well as 15 crimes in violation of the Public Health Act. Take a good look around, because before long, you'll be rotting behind bars.
Is this man's trying to arrest a cloud? The cloud went, aww! Mr. Fogg aims the purifier at the panicked black fog and sucks in every last bit of the remaining coal ash. What the fuck? Get me out of here! At the end of the day, it was an angry Irish lass to save the English true. The purifier's glass dome fills with black dust in an instant before it coalesces into a number of small black orbs. Oh my god, little critters! Little orbs peer out of the glass dome with a curious and confused expression.
It may be broken, but it's still an air purifier.
The didgeridoo's melody slowly dies down. Willow stands in the center of the field, panting and drenched in sweat.
That's all from me. Thank you for watching.
She gives a deep bow. The spectators return to their senses, and the long-absent winter sun shines down on them once more. No longer is the world shrouded in shades of steel gray and ashen yellow. They stare in amazement at each other, a few reaching their hands into the sunlight, feeling its warm caress. Applause breaks out from a corner of the crowd. It soon builds into a raucous cheer. One spectator spontaneously steps forward and embraces Willow. The crowd swells as more and more people step forward to embrace her in the simplest and most pure expression of joy. To infuse life with vitality, to eliminate all boundaries, to unite people, that is the true meaning of the Uluru Games.
Yay! Yay!
Unable to squeeze her way through, Flutterpage leaps over the crowd, waving to Willow as she hangs in the air. Meanwhile, Carolyn remains in the stands, elegantly applauding. Willow gives the two of them a subtle nod. We did it! We did it, Reddit. We arrested the cloud. Alright, one more quick ad break, I think. Yes, okay, yeah, we're just gonna do it. I'm gonna be honest with you, guys. Might end early today. Like after we finish the story. Because, the magnesium hit hard, okay? I need a nap. But we still got one or two chapters more to go. So we'll do one more ad break and then I'll come back. For anybody who doesn't know what that means, if you're not subbed and you get caught in ads, we're not continuing until you come back. So I'll see you in 3 minutes. This is the last chapter. Okay, cool. This is a cute story. I love Flutterpage. I love Flutterpage so much. She's so fucking cute. Dun, 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 dun. Hang on, I'm catching up on Discord. Flutterpage is adorable! I can't wait to pull her. Actually, while we're waiting. Oh, Mr. Zanken. You got 10 pulls there, got a few pulls there. I'm gonna save these. I'm gonna save these in case I need them for something. Wait, what is it? What is it pinging me for? What do you want? Oh, is it just reminding? Oh wait, no, trance. Oh, it's weekly. Okay, okay. It's weekly, so you can't just burn through it. Okay. I get it now. I'm saving up for fucking, God, look at this garment! I still like the one I have on her better, but it looks so good. I don't use Simulise enough. At all. Oh, this is Winged Key Archery. Was she one of the competitors? What am I? I'm at 177. I'm very close. Sorry I haven't said anything Monster Hunter has me again. Oh, don't worry about it. Thank you for tuning in. Happy to have anybody here. Lurking or non-lurking. What the fuck is this? Oh shit, this is like a whole thing. I'll watch that later. Are they supposed to bullseye the Flying Keys bow? I'm not entirely sure. It's interesting nevertheless. Oh, yes, my meds. Perfect. There we go. Okay, everybody should be back now. I think we're on the last chapter. London, sunny, and so they set off on a new adventure. One week later.
Come in.
A figure in brown enters the Foundation office. By the window, Madame Z turns to face her.
Madame Z, Here's the report from my mission.
Tooth Fairy sets a thick report down at the corner of the desk. Madame Z's desk is cluttered with papers.
It seems you've been busy too.
Madame Z winces a little as she takes a sip from her mug. The strength of her tea seems to correspond with her increasing workload. As the stack of documents grows, the more bitter it becomes.
Even though we've confirmed connection between societal turbulence and the storm, there is no time to catch a breath. Once chaos breaks, it will be the end of another era. But we can't resist the inevitable. All we can do is maintain order, to postpone it as long as possible.
Madame Z heaves a soft sigh as the steam from her mug swirls unnaturally.
So, any findings in London?
Tooth Fairy opens her hand flat. There's a speck of coal dust and a baby tooth resting in it.
A Walpurgis's tooth from the Black Fog, and the last baby tooth of a child. Very rare, even for my collection.
Fucking Madoka mentioned? Madame Z pushes her glasses up and holds her breath as she inches forward.
Right. Well, that's good to know.
After a few moments of examination, she straightens her posture.
I heard the London branch is still trying to replicate the ritual that was carried out at the Exhibition Games. What was that?
It was a coincidence, actually.
Tooth Fairy peers out the window, watching the soft white clouds gathered on the horizon. Perhaps London, too, is enjoying such beautiful weather.
After analyzing the live sample provided by Mr. Fogg, the London branch concluded that the Walpurgis is a mutant of the Kahare, a critter species that's been extinct for centuries. Miss Willow lent one of her heirlooms to the London branch after the games, a book that details an ancient ritual meant to worship the god of the sun. This is the ritual she performed on the floor. But when Miss Willow performed the ritual again in front of the Walpurgis, nothing happened. My guess is that, since the Kaharath disappeared, the ritual fell out of use and became fragmented over the years. Her version of it is probably incomplete. The conditions must have happened to align at that moment to allow the ritual to work. It could have been any combination of things. Miss Willow's dancing, the music from the didgeridoo, the fire from the torch, the magnetic fields around the stadium. Or perhaps it was all of them. The ritual also happened to have the power to capture the Walpurgis, which put an end to the heavy smog in London. It makes sense, really, that a ritual used to worship the god of the sun would capture a monster that covers the sky and plunges everyone into darkness. In conclusion, the ritual's success was a near unrepeatable coincidence.
An endangered critter, and a long-forgotten ritual. I guess that's why humans are always sifting through their past. There's always wisdom to be found in history.
Madame Z takes a small sip of the tea in her mug.
It's gone bitter. I should have finished it earlier.
Curse of Ra, blessing of Ra, true. She sets the mug aside and sits down at her desk.
By the way, I've approved your vacation request. No one should disturb you this time.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Tooth Fairy sets another piece of milk candy on the desk and walks out.
Milk candy. Makes me miss the rabbit candy back home.
Aww, white rabbit candy mentioned!
Well, at least it goes with the tea.
Madame Z unwraps the candy and pops it into her mouth.
Miss Willow, I got it!
Flutterpage's voice arrives before she does. Willow raises her eyes from her packing list as she hears bright little footsteps heading closer.
Look, the Foundation's recognized our games. Here's your invitation and our tickets.
I suppose your flying does come in handy after all.
Willow shuts her suitcase and takes the folder from Flutterpage.
Are you done packing?
Flutterpage looks around Willow's room, making note of what's moved and what hasn't.
Ain't you taking this medal with you?
Flutterpage points to the medal recently placed in the cabinet, the first Willow has earned in almost a decade.
No. This is proof enough.
Willow pats the folder holding the invitation and 2 tickets.
But that medal's for the winner of the qualifiers.
Oh, please. They're just qualifiers.
Willow scoffs.
Who's that, I wonder?
They are big sis, little sis.
What happened to the garden? It's beautiful.
Ms. Willow's put a lot of care into it ever since she won first place in the qualifiers.
Ah, Charlotte. Ever predictable.
Carolyn and Brimley look around the garden, enjoying the rare sight of foliage flourishing in winter.
What are you doing here?
Voiced flower.
We want to invite you to join us. Let's go to Australia together.
With Caroline too?
For your information, Charlotte, the top 3 athletes all qualify for the finals. And besides, I might have beaten you if you weren't so lucky as to capture that Valpurgis.
By the way, the ship we're taking is owned by the Bartley family.
Ooh!
What?
So, Ms. Bartley said she'd arrange a presidential suite for us.
Ooh!
A presidential suite? Like, for presidents?
Yep! Flutterpage's head sticks out from behind Willow.
It seems we'll be spending quite some time together in the coming weeks.
But which one of us is a president? It's Caroline, ain't it? It must be!
Aww!
Would you shut your mouth?
You can't scare me anymore.
Dusk paints the world gold, and from a distant riverbank, a freighter sounds its horn. Today, the skies of London are clear. Yay! And Brimley gets to go back to Australia and visit. I wonder if we'll have like a follow-up event as to like die-hard Uluru Games fan. 32 athletes departed for Australia aboard an Imperial Airways flight. Weather was exceptionally clear, an exceedingly rare occurrence, an ideal omen for their momentous journey. Fog monster incident. Centrally orchestrated by the British government. Hospital admissions for respiratory conditions have dropped by 60%, with many residents reporting easier breathing and air quality reminiscent of centuries past. Yay! Oh, that was lovely. I'm so sorry if I wasn't fucking tired out of my brain. We would do Willow's side story. When does it expire? I think it might be gone before next week. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to do this on my own, unfortunately. I'm so sorry. But I will see you in a bit for Bingo. We're gonna raid into Pi, actually. Because Pi has her stream before Bingo and then raids into Bingo herself. Please stick around, say hi, drop a follow, and I will see you at Bingo in about an hour and a half. Do you think Flutterpage will take up dance like Willow or fly around like a free spirit? Definitely fly around. I don't think dance is really her thing, but Willow is teaching her how to control her arcane powers. So I feel like she'll be like the big sister mentor that Flutterpage needs, because apparently her parents don't really give a shit about her. Raid message, what the smog doing? There you go. Thank you guys for joining me. Sorry today's stream was so short, but I will see you guys later for Bingo, and if not later for Bingo, I'll see you sometime next week. I will see you later. Bye-bye!